You can't answer the question of what is my purpose when you're still on the level of being in thick societal distraction, of being told who you are without knowing who you already were before you were ever told. So the first step of the process of finding out what your purpose is, I don't mean a societal behavior that you could take on to fill a role. I don't mean a role. I mean, what is your purpose? Why are you here? However the hell you got here and wherever the hell you're going after you're done, if you're ever done. While you're here, what is the most fulfilling activity that you can take part in order to make the biggest impact on humanity and have the most joyful experience in your own life and eliminate your suffering? It's a much more interesting question. And to get anywhere with it, you have to, like I said, unlearn stuff. Unlearn absolutely everything, because think about it. Who could you be in the first place? Dissect yourself and see that you are just a huge collection of cells that operate together like a huge ecosystem. You are a collection of bacteria that does its own thing. Thousands and thousands of bacteria. There's pounds, literally pounds or kilograms if you're overseas, of bacteria that you call you. But really, you're just a bunch of hair and bones and blood and cells and all this stuff. It splits down further than your molecules, and split that down further than you're just the table of elements. And then if you want to keep going, your atoms, subatomic particles, and you begin to see, where do you draw the line, and where do you say that you are an individual noun? And then if you take that perspective and look around you, you realize that nouns don't exist. Therefore, you don't exist. You as a societal thing, a person with a name, is just that. It's a societal idea. You are a commonly agreed upon fiction and nothing more. In terms of what folks call you, in terms of the meat sack, in terms of the outline of Joe McVean here with this matter he's wearing on him to keep more of his molecules vibrating at a higher frequency than outside, which is what we perceive as temperature. I mean, it's all just this illusion that we have to give nouns to, and where it all began was because what now we call Western culture, Western civilization, is the predominant belief system to operate large civilizations. It's just the way we use judicial systems and monetary systems. It worked out best for us to be able to create large societies. And because we're able to create large societies, we got more popular or more powerful than those societies which took a much more holistic view of things. Because we were just able to build bigger and bigger tribes. And we were able to build bigger and bigger tribes by having this very individualistic outlook where we call ourselves nouns and we refer to ourselves as individual split up beings. You can imagine a tribe back in Africa. It pretty much has a choice. It could either be a tribe that is like, when the dawn of humanity happened, it could either be a tribe that is like, here is a chief, this is a mother or a group of mothers, and this is what they do. They take care of babies, and then these are warriors, and then this is a cook, and this is, all these different individuals cut out with roles. But really it's a commonly agreed upon mental fiction so that the tribe could operate a little bit better and not get eaten by lions. And it's just this happening of nature wanting to exist in this human form. Why? Probably just because it enjoys doing so. Outside of that, you could also imagine a second human tribe type, which is just seeing things without nouns, without this mental label, seeing things as just a tribing, as the process of happening, just like you are the process of life happening through you. Right now, all of your cells and bacteria and everything that's going on, and me too, all of these things that flow through us with ease and freedom and not a worry in the world, all these things that flow through us, they could have organized a tribe around just saying this is happening, this is the way that we all exist together, and there wouldn't be names. It would just, maybe they would just grunt or hum at each other, I don't know. Point is, it's so far outside of our understanding because we're here in this Western idea of things where I, me, myself, Joe McVean, have to find a job and have to play the role in society and maintain the tribe. And if you really take a whole big step back, which is what you need to do to find your purpose, you have to look at all of it for what it is. It's huge, but it's a commonly agreed upon fiction. You don't exist. I don't exist. The United States of America doesn't exist tangibly in itself as its own being. It only exists because we say all of those things exist. And in that way, they're all commonly, like I said, commonly agreed upon fictions. And if it weren't for the ability for the human mind to agree on fictions, then we would just be flowing. We would just be being. So where's this all pointed? How do you use any of this? Well, if you have confusion about who you are, where you're headed, or meaninglessness in what you're doing, or a sense of, I'm not good enough, or depression or anxiety, it stems from the unique inhumanity of our way of organizing our society as a whole. There's a very important Einstein quote that says, we cannot solve our problems with the same level of thinking that created them. Well, the level of thinking that created them was pretty much thinking itself. And so when you step back from all of it, literally remove yourself, go into the woods, go into nature, or at least outside, and unlearn everything you've learned. Or at least give yourself time to breathe outside of everything you're told you're supposed to do, outside of the currency system, the media. Oh my God, they'll bombard you with ideas of who you are, what to desire, what to think about. And then folks will argue about which news source is better, which is worse. They're all not you. They're all just distracting you from who you really are. So, I mean, you might be better off just turning them all off for a little while. And so once you have this far out clarity of, confusion is a great place to start. Confused about the whole system, that's good. Because if you're certain about the wrong things, you're way more lost than somebody who's confused about the truth, right? And so from this place of not knowing and confusion, then you operate from feeling. You turn off all these beliefs. These beliefs have led us as a human race into a situation where we are destroying the shit out of this beautiful planet that birthed us. Because we've got this addictive mental patterns where we have to belong to this tribe and we have to be something that somebody else perceives us as. And so we do things not in line with our authentic nature connected to the world and to Mother Earth. But we do things connected to this addictive, compulsive human tribe that has just gotten so freaking big now that it is digesting its own earth. It's digesting its own ecosystem. And you came out of this earth, right? I mean, I'm not talking about some biblical story. I'm talking about literally the food you eat is earth, and it has created you, and you are the same cells as it, and you're not anything in the cosmos besides earth, or at least as of the last couple billion years. And so to think that you could just, and maybe not you personally, but the same thought system that operates most of us could continue going without completely destroying our planet is the reason that we're in such a horrible situation as far as just pollution everywhere. I know there's some debate over global warming, whether or not it's us or whether or not it's just happening. Either way, we're polluting the hell out of things, and it's just nasty. It's just downright gross. There's so many things I don't even want to go near. Beijing, forget about it. Oh my God. LA's pretty bad. New York City's pretty bad. We're making a mess of all of this stuff pretty quickly. And it all has to do with that same question, and that same little burning, hey, what about this thing inside of you, which is saying, what is my purpose? What is the meaning? What if I don't belong? All of those things. They're asking you to question the nature of our society itself, the nature of what we've constructed, what we've built. Give yourself freedom from all of that. Find comfort and oneness in the stillness, where you turn off all of your lights and you turn off all of your TVs and screens and everything like that. And you remember who you really are, which is the happening of all of the cosmos birthing through you in this gorgeous majesty. It's a symphony of cells and molecules and all this cool stuff. Don't give it a name. Forget about your name for a while. It doesn't really exist. It's just an idea. What really exists is the magic that makes all that stuff fucking move in the first place. Let's celebrate that. Let's not think about it. I'm not going to tell you how to believe. I'm going to tell you not to believe a damn thing. Celebrate the fact that you are. That's all we should do. That's all there really is. It's just a celebration of being. Because, fuck, it's amazing, isn't it? The fact that we could even perceive the universe is pretty friggin' amazing. And from that place, you have a lot more clarity on what to do, because you don't have to think about it. You just act from feeling. Just like the damn trees. Right there. You think they're thinking about how to grow? No. They're just being. And they're good at it. And you know what happens? A new society is created, just like an ecosystem is created from these trees that allow for everything around it, in terms of animal and plant life, to survive. Another ecosystem would exist. It's just the nature of how life is. If we all operated from feeling and love instead of thought, compulsive, and addiction and fear. So, give yourself some space.